Premadhana Karuna Pracho Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Ṭhākura Heno Prabhu बोलो सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोसाई महाराज की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। विरागविद्या निजभक्तियोगं शिक्षायकटं सपुरुषं पुराण श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपां बुद्धिस्तमं प्रपद्ये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Everyone together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Shri Gopa Prabhuji, please say a few words, then I'll continue.
You've been spreading with kumkum now. Your palms are all red.
Yes, it's too much blood. Give him a chair, please. Chair.
I don't need a chair, but a mic.
Yes. Here. Oh, you have another?
Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Well, tonight we'll be celebrating on behalf of Srila Haridāsa Ṭhākura. So, actually no glorification of Haridāsa is complete without a glorification of the holy name itself. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly says, glorifies the holy name, and everyone knows in so many ways. Nam Sankirtanam Hoite Sarvanartanash Sarva Shubhodaya Krishna Premier Ulas. But then right after that, what does he say? I'll explain the verse, but what's the very next verse? Cheto Darpanam Arjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kailava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu. Glorifications of the holy name. Nam Sankirtanam Hoite Sarvanartanash. That means this is the one thing. If you embrace it, Sarvanartanash. All anartas, all bad things, nash, finished. They'll all go away. Sarva Shubhodaya, Krishna Premier Ulash. And Sarva Shubhodaya. All positive things will come to you. All Shubha will come. And there's an extra added benefit, an extra added asset of all this. Krishna Premier Ulash. Krishna Prem will sprout, flower, bloom in your heart. Immediately after this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his time spent at the Gambhira, immediately he begins his Sri Shikshastakam. His 8 verses glorifying the holy name, Bhakti, and ultimately Srimati Radhika. So with this in mind, we have to know who we're dealing with here tonight, the Nam Acharya, the person who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put in charge of the outreach of the holy name. This very high point of Mahaprabhu's incarnation. As a matter of fact, he says to Haridāsa, after Harinam Chintamani, Mahaprabhu hears from Haridāsa. Mahaprabhu has a habit of asking others to speak on his behalf, as if he needs to hear their preaching to him. Of course, this is for our benefit. But Mahaprabhu asks Haridāsa Ṭhākura one last question in Harinam Chintamani. And then he embraces Haridāsa and says, these instructions you've given about the holy name are so vitally important because people will come in the near future. Means Ao, Bao, Dharavesha, Nehi, Nedhi, Nedhi. Karta Bhajan, Saki Beki. All these fakers will come. And in my name, they're going to tell people about Krishna consciousness, so-called. But these instructions, Haridāsa, that you've just given in Harinam Chintamani, the instructions you've given to me, essentially, in my name, these are the instructions that will counter all Sahajiyadism. How important is Haridāsa Ṭhākura and his instructions about chanting the holy name? Not only is he the Namacharya, but Mahaprabhu himself claims that your instructions, Haridāsa, will clear the world of Sahajiyism if they're properly understood. So this is the presentation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and of Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Then, of course, who is Haridāsa Ṭhākura? Mahārāja will probably go over much or most of this far more clearly than I'm saying, but we call him Brahma Haridāsa. That means he's an incarnation of Brahma himself. But who is Brahma? Number one, is the leader, the originator, the acharya of our sampradaya. Now, could that person be some non-rasic, secondary devotee? No. I mean, we make a clear distinction between Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, the 6 Goswāmis, and Haridāsa. There's some distinction, yet they are in the same or similar line. Look, who were Haridāsa Ṭhākura's main associates in Jagannath Puri? 3. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, Sanatana Goswami, and Rupa Goswami. He was roommates with Rupa Goswami for almost 1 full year. Roommates means literally living in the same room at Siddha Gokul. And with Sanatana Goswami for months longer. So Haridāsa Ṭhākura is in a perfect position. What did he hear during that period? During that period, he heard Anarpita Chirim Chirat Kurunayavatirna Kalo Samarpaitam Unatu Ujjvala Rasam Sva Bhakti Shriyam. Haridāsa heard this. Mahārāja was saying the other day that great devotees become embarrassed when they have to admit who they are. Well, Rupa Goswami was too embarrassed to even recite this verse. And then when Mahaprabhu said, no, you have to do it because everybody's waiting to hear your glorification, Mahaprabhu didn't know what the verse was. He said, no, you have to do it. You have to say it. And he said, Anarpita Chirim Chirat Kuran. This verse is about the Ishtadev of my writing. The Ishtadev of my Vidagdha Madhava, Lalita Madhava, the Ishtadev. And what is it? What does the verse mean? It means that Mahaprabhu is coming to taste the flow of love from Srimati Radhika in her stead, in her footprints, in her shoes. He's putting as ashraya of bhakti, the container who holds all bhakti. I want that, Krishna says. But I can't be the Vishaya. If I'm going to be in the position of ashraya and hold all that love, I have to somehow or other get out of the position of Vishaya, the object of the love. I have to become the lover rather than the beloved. Therefore, I'll come as Srimati Radhika. This verse, Haridāsa Ṭhākura heard in detail. He was roommates with the author for almost 1 full year. You think, how to be a fly on the wall during their conversations. Haridāsa and Śrīla Rupa Goswami. Or Haridāsa heard the verse Tunde Tundavali Rutim. Tundavani Labjate Karna Krodha Kadambini Gatayate Karnarbhyade Haspriyam Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriya Nam Kritam No Jane Janitaki Adbir Amritaya Krishneti Vartattvai. He's saying, when I hear this holy name, no jane, janitak ki adbir, I go crazy. I lose all my external senses. I'm completely locked within and have no external reality. So give me billions of ears just to hear the sound of that name, Krishna. Give me billions of mouths to chant that name, Hare Krishna. Haridāsa Ṭhākura heard all of these verses from Vidagdha Madhava. They were roommates, and Sanatana Goswami and Haridāsa Ṭhākura even longer. As a matter of fact, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura talks about what happened after Brahma Vimohan Lila. After Brahma stole the calves and the boys and everybody from Krishna. And then he came to apologize. And Krishna was rather non-responsive. He forgave Brahma. But Brahma wasn't like Indra when Indra sent the rain. In that case, remember Krishna called Indra, he said he's like a sore stomach. He's like indigestion. It's demoniac what he did. He wanted to kill the Brajvasis and the cows. And Brahma wasn't like that. He was just playing, tried to play a trick, but the trickster got tricked. So it wasn't offensive in the same way that Indra's act was. But even Indra, Krishna was only acting on his behalf. What to say of Brahma? So after trying to glorify Krishna and apologize to him, Krishna said, okay, thank you, bye. And Brahma thought, well, wait a minute, that wasn't so exciting. Maybe I didn't do everything I should have done. And so then, of course, as many of you know, Brahma came to Navadvip Dham itself. Antardvip, in this case. And at Antardvip, the very birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he prayed for rectification for his attempt to toy with Krishna or to trick Krishna. He prayed more and more for forgiveness. So finally Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to him and said, okay, and Haridāsa said, I only have one request, that all of my pride, I mean, look, I create the universe. Please help me get rid of the pride that comes from that kind of thing. What if you could create the universe? How much would you strut? And Brahma's thinking, this is a bad thing. He knows, I'm missing some humility here. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is helping Brahma and telling him, okay, you will incarnate during my incarnation as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Haridāsa Ṭhākura, to help me in these pastimes. What is Haridāsa Ṭhākura's position? That's what we should be asking with all this evidence and all this advice. And finally Mahaprabhu glorifies Haridāsa Ṭhākura. He says, you will help me as I rectify all sahajism, as I rectify all misunderstandings, and as I exhibit the pastimes of Radha and Krishna from Radharani's perspective. You will be close to me and help me through this particular adventure. Now, does this sound like a second echelon, an unimportant devotee? We may make some distinction. He is not Sampradaya Acharya. He is not Ras Acharya. As a matter of fact, one last thing, I should say that in terms of Ras Acharya, Haridāsa Ṭhākura was asked at the end of Harinam Chintamani, Mahaprabhu's asking Haridāsa to speak, tell me about Nam Rasa. Rasa means what it feels like to be in relationship with God. Tell me about that. And Haridāsa Ṭhākura, very quickly, he goes right to the punchline. And he says, actually, this ras means Madhurya ras, Sringara ras, in which everyone prefers Srimati Radhika, a specific type of Madhurya ras, where everyone prefers Srimati Radhika. And within that, why do they prefer that Srimati? Because she is the reservoir, the embodiment of all rasa, the embodiment of all relationships. Srimati Radhika. So this is Haridāsa Ṭhākura speaking. And you should enroll, he's speaking to all of us, the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is listening to him. You should enroll in the camp of Srimati Radhika under the guidance of Srimati Lalita. That should sound very familiar to all of us. And this is Haridāsa Ṭhākura speaking. He winds up his soliloquy to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, this is Nama Rasa in full bloom. And it is the key to your teachings, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The key to your teachings is this. So these are the teachings of Mahaprabhu, paralleled by the teachings of Srila Rupa Gosvāmī and even Haridāsa Ṭhākura. I wanted to bring out that point, so thank you for listening.
One more time. That's 10 minutes. Come.
Om Agyanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So today we are honoring two acharyas. One we heard was Namacharya, Srila Haridāsa Ṭhākura. The other one is Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. So today is both of their disappearance days. So in Vaishnavism, there is celebration on appearance days, and disappearance days, usually people think that there is reason for sadness. This is the day when they've disappeared from this world. But our teachers say that actually both are the same, the disappearance day or the appearance day, because we are simply joining a relationship. On the disappearance day, we are remembering them, and by remembrance, a relationship is joined. If there is no relationship, then there is no such thing as feeling separation. Therefore, the objective on these days, what worship actually means, to come to a mandir, to a temple, and to hear the glories of these personalities, really means to join a relationship with them. They are not impersonal. It is not simply that they were alive many years ago, 5,000 years ago, and now they are no longer present and available for us to take their association and to receive their mercy. Their mercy and their presence and their association is still completely available to all of those who hear about their glories. So this is the reason for coming together, to hear about the glories of these great acharyas. So Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja, Sripad Maharaj here has had so much association with him, very intimate association, intimate service, and this as a bhakta or a practitioner, someone who is trying to attain devotion to God, that is called a bhakta or a devotee. And the easiest process to attain that devotion to God is described simply to stay around, to associate with other people who have that devotion. Even if one associates directly with God, he may not receive devotion to God. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Ashraya laya bhaje tare Krishna nahi tyaje arasavam mare akaram. For those who take shelter of the Lord's devotees, the Lord himself can never forsake those persons. But for those persons who do not take shelter of the Lord's devotees, they will come and go in this world without any reason whatsoever. So the way to attain devotion, bhaktistu bhagavad bhakta sangena parijayate, is to associate with people who have devotion. So again, I know personally, I've seen with my own eyes how much association and service Bhagavan, the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, not only association like a mosquito sucking the blood of a sadhu, of a saint. This is not real association. Association means tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. It involves submissive surrender, it involves inquiry, and it involves service. So I've seen with my own eyes that Pujabhat Maharaj, he has performed this type of service, this type of submissive inquiry. So many years ago I remember seeing him in Madhapriya Prabhu, and every time there was any Vaishnava giving a lecture, any saint speaking about the glories of the Lord, they would always be in front, very, very acutely, listening to that Harikatha, taking notes on their notebook, and I know now, taking notes in their heart. So really on this day, to honor these Vaishnavas, the most beneficial thing for us is to hear from the mouth of those who've had this very intimate and close association, who have received this devotion, this bhakti, which was present in the heart of these acharyas, and by their submissive service, this bhakti has come to their heart. So this is called Pushpanjali. This is the reason we are all attending today, to hear of these great acharyas. Acharya means achi noti asaschartam acharya stapayatyapi swayam acharate tasma acharya stena kirtita. Acharya means a teacher. In Sanskrit language, a teacher simply doesn't mean one who reads from a textbook and repeats like a parrot. In our Vedic literature, what Acharya means, Mahaprabhu actually glorified Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura. He said, Acharya prachara keha na kare acharya, prachara karena keha na kare acharya, acharya prachara karaha dui karya tumi sarva guru tumi jagatera arya. Oh Haridāsa Ṭhākura, you are the actual true teacher in this world, because you have practiced perfectly, and then you have preached. Some people preach, some people speak, but they are not practicing, and some people are practicing, but they are not preaching. So both are incomplete. A true acharya or guru or teacher means one who is completely following everything, all the ideal character in their own life, and then he is distributing that to others. So these are two acharyas whose disappearance days we are celebrating today. We are trying to develop a mood of separation, and again, the only way to have separation is to first have a relationship, and the only way to have a relationship is to hear about their transcendental glories. So, without taking any more time, I'd like to give the mic to Mahārāja, and hopefully we can hear so many wonderful glories about Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. We heard from wonderful speakers the glories of this day, the disappearance day of two great acharyas. And Shravan Prabhu just said, to develop that mood of separation. I really like that point so much. Because even in relationship with Krishna, God, there is always a union. He is closest than anything else. He is just situated in the heart. So Milan, the union is already there. And the point of bhajan is to develop its separation from him, which is going to enhance more flavor in that union. Thank you. Vina vipralambena sambhog pushmiyut. Shri Rupa Gosvāmī Pad is saying, without vipralambha, without separation, there is no flavor in union. That means separation enhance or get more condensed union. On the disappearance day of acharyas, we are connected with them. And in other words, it looks like disappearance day, but actually it's appearance day. Disappearance from the vision, appearance in the heart. And these are not my words, these are words of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. On the disappearance day of his Guru Maharaj, Shri Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada began his lecture by saying, today is the appearance day of my Guru Maharaj. And all the devotees were trying to correct him. Prabhupada, it's disappearance day. He said, no, it's appearance day. You know, sometimes we get confused, we mix up appearance and disappearance. But both are one and the same thing. Srila Prabhupada said, no, it's appearance day. And then his language is totally different. Very deep, very subtle. And he said, because on this disappearance day of my Guru Maharaj, I'm hearing his glories from all the speakers, which is making the appearance of the qualities and the appearance of his contributions in my heart. So actually this is appearance day of Acharya. And this is what happens on the appearance or disappearance of Acharyas. We are begging and praying at the divine lotus feet to please appear in our heart with Mahe. We chant Gayatri every day with Mahe. And Prachodayat. The Diksha mantras, when we receive Diksha mantras, in those Diksha mantras, in the Gayatri we always chant in the word Prachodayat. Prachodayat means, please come and manifest in my heart. And not an ordinary manifestation, but Uday, like Udilo Aruna Purava Bhari. Uday means to rise. But not ordinary Uday rise, but Prachodayat, Prakishta Rupena Uday. Please come, arise in my heart in a very special, compassionate form. And that's the whole idea of chanting Guru Gayatri, Gaur Gayatri and Kama Gayatri. Prachodayat. So how that Prachodayat comes? By hearing the glories, by hearing their services. And that's why people think the glories of Krishna or the glories of the Lord are very powerful, no doubt. It's important to hear. But more important is to hear the glories of his devotees. Because Krishna is not perform any bhajan. Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Natavi. He's chanting 300,000 names every day. He's paying obeisances like Raghunath Das Gosvāmī 3,000 times. So we can't relate with him. And for him there is no need to do any kind of practice. But when his eternal associates, they descend on this material planet, they show with their own example how they practice this, even though they are perfect beings. But they practice to show us, as ordinary people, that this is the only way to attain the proximity of the Lord. And while attaining the proximity of the Lord, to attain the loving services of the Lord. That's why the glories of the Vaishnavas, Aradhya Nam Sarvesham, Vishnu Aradham Param, Prabhu was saying the other day. Amongst all other worship or practices, the worship of the devotees of the Lord is more important. And that's why we drive those morals, those ideas, those ideals from the devotees, not from the Lord. What are we going to learn from Krishna? To perform Ras Leela? We can't even do that. You can dance with only 3 or 4. You can't dance with 100 million. So there is no compatibility there. Even though it's Bheda Bhed, oneness and difference, but difference is too wide. Bhed is more than Abhed. So touching few important points, Shri Gopal Prabhu just began this evening Harikatha by glorifying Shri Haridāsa Ṭhākura. According to Srila Gurudev and Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Gosvāmī Mahārāja, both teachings were same. Gurudev used to say, Same wine in different bottles. The same philosophy, but presentation is a little different, that's all. But they all are descendants of Rupa Gosvāmī, means the followers of Sri Rupa Gosvāmī. And they all preach the same thing but in a different style. That's all. So, a little bit of Srila Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Eternal associate of Mahaprabhu. Few days back we observed Janmashtami, and maybe, I'm not sure, I was not here, maybe somebody told the pastime or story of how Drona and Dhara, they were performing austerities and they prayed to the Lord, we want affection towards you. And Brahma granted boon to them, yes, you develop the affection or reciprocation with the Lord. Drona and Dhara, they entered in the body of Shri Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maiya to drive that pleasure of reciprocation of the affection for the Lord. Whereas Krishna Sutapa, the other, they prayed to the Lord to have a son like him. And therefore they entered in the body of Devaki and Vasudeva to enjoy this feeling that the Lord is our son. But they didn't got any opportunity to have reciprocation, the affection, because Devaki Vasudeva didn't got any reciprocation with Krishna. So Krishna fulfilled the desire as we desire. So be very careful. Krishna Sutapa only desired to have son like you, means like Vishnu. So therefore, they have no access with the Lord. They have to enter in the body of. So entering in the body is not like you say you possessed by the ghost. The ghost entered in your body. Our bodies are material, but the associates of the Lord, their bodies are transcendental. Krishna is just like, why I am giving this example? To illustrate something very important. Just like Krishna Sutapa entered in the body of Devaki Vasudeva to fulfill their desires, just like Drona and Dhara, they entered in the body of Shri Nanda Maharaj Yashoda Maiya to drive that pleasure of reciprocation with Krishna. Similarly, Shri Haridāsa Ṭhākura is eternal associate of Mahaprabhu. It's not that Brahma and Prahlad Maharaj together became Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Brahma and Prahlad Maharaj entered in the body of Haridāsa Ṭhākura to have reciprocation or to interaction and the proximity with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of both of their tapasya, their austerities and their devotion. And there's another reason, when the Lord comes, He comes with His associates to facilitate those who want to have proximity and association with Lord, and they can't without achieving a certain designation. So therefore, out of utmost compassion, the associates are there to facilitate those people, those who have desired to be in proximity with Lord, so they enter in the body of the associates to relish those desires. Srila Gurudev, such a wonderful point he made, and Srila Bhakti Maharaj too. Brahma, after praying so much to Krishna in so many verses, all Brahma Samhita, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami, the series of Govindam Adi Purusham, Chinta Mani Prakar Sadma Shukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vritesha Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahat Satya Sambhrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Premanjan Churitam Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadev Hideshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundara Chintagun Sarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Anand Chinme Ras Pratibhavi Tabi Nij Rupate Eva Kalavi Golok Eva Nivasati Makhilatma Bhuto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Oh, so many Govindam Adi Purusham. Shishi Siddhi Pralay Sadhan Shakti Yesha Chaiva Yasya Bhavrami Bharuti Durga Ichhana Rup Api Yasya Sacheshasa Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Suryadev Yachakshur Esha Savita Sakalagriyanam Raja Shesha Murti Shesha Tejaha Yasya Agya Sampratta Kala Chakro Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Oh, the series of Govindam Adi Purusham. And what we hear is Shingar Arti in this come Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahmaji's prayers. And Mahaprabhu very fond of here Brahma Stuti, Brahma Samhita, the 5th chapter of Brahma Samhita. And not only that, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Nadi Radhi Govind Sarva Karanam Karanam. And then in 10th canto Bhagavatam, oh, no medite Rapushu Tadidambaraya Gunja Vata Paripichal Sanmukhaya Vane Sanchar Kavlar Vektra Vishanu Venu Lakshmishe Midupade Pashupankajaya Jnanam Pryasil Manta Namanta Eva Jivanti Sanmukridya Bhavdya Vartam Sthane Sita Shruti Gatam Tanovan Manovir Je Pryaso Jit Asya Pitri Lokyam Tatyanukampa Susmikshamano Bhunjana Vibhatma Kritam Vipaka Hide Vak Vidudham Namaste Jivayo Mukti Pade Sadai Bhag. So many verses. And as Gopa Prabhu was saying, Krishna is not even looking at Brahma. He is not even looking at him. He was a little upset, in search of his friends. Where are they? And Brahma is just sitting there praying stutis. Then immediately Brahmaji said, is thinking, I know Vedas. I read Vedas 3 times. And I'm putting the entire Siddhanta, means Vedanta, in front of the Lord. There's a great opportunity. He's not even looking at me. What to speak of, please with me. Then he said, Aho bhagyam Nanda go vrajakusam Yan mitra paramanandam Puna brahm sanatan. All glories to Nanda Mahārāja, the eternal father of Krishna, in whose courtyard Krishna is playing as an ordinary human being, ordinary human like pastimes. Then Krishna got a mild smile. And Brahma understood, okay, that's the weak point. Now I understand what he really wants to hear. And then the course of his stutis, his praise totally changed after that. And he became so humble, praying to become a stone in Braj. Tad bhuri bhagyam iha janma kim api atnayam yad gokul ape kato angri rajo vishekam. I just want to become a stone, where those maid servants, while they're walking, they put their feet on me and they scrap their feet. I'm happy to get the dust from the maid servant. When he saw a mild smile on the face of Krishna, Brahma immediately did parikrama and he just left. He said, if I stay one more second here, maybe I may commit more offenses. So I'm very cautious now, I should go back. But he was not happy. And as Prabhu was saying, he wanted to rectify himself, so he took shelter of Gaur Dham, Shri Navdeep Dham. Started chanting Gaura, 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 took shelter of Gaura Nam, which destroy all offenses. What to speak of sins? Gaur Dham and Gaur Nam destroy all offenses. Shri Mahaprabhu appeared in front of Brahma, and Brahmaji became so happy. Oh my Lord, golden complexion. He said, I'm not sure if you forgave me or not. I'm not sure. Therefore, I'm taking shelter of your special names, Gaura. But I have one desire. See what's happening here. The cause of Raganuga Bhakti is greed. Tatra lolya moolam ekam. Only the greed is required. And when the greed comes, by seeing the personal relationship, the personal interaction of associates and the Lord. Brahma saw this with his eyes, how Sakhas and Brajvasis, they are so close to Krishna. But Brahma is thinking, I am only just a creator. I have no access. I can't even ask for this. I'm not even qualified to ask to become associate of Krishna. So he prayed to Mahaprabhu, can I become one of your associate in your pastimes, in your physical pastimes? Why this desire came, why this mood came in the heart of Brahma? By seeing the interaction of all Ragatmika Bhaktas, the Vishuddha Sattvas. So Mahaprabhu grant this boon, okay? And Jati Kul Sarv Nirarthak Hoya. There is no consideration of any caste, color, creed in the worship of Lord. Just to exhibit this and to preach this, Shri Haridāsa Ṭhākura, he took birth in a Muslim family, a Yavan family. So that he don't want to, it's not that he's thinking that maybe again that mood of I'm the creator and this arrogance going to affect me. To avoid the situation, he wanted to just take birth in a very low class family. So Brahmaji prayed for this. And on the second hand, Prahlad Maharaj is blessed by Shri Narsingh Bhagwan, gone through so many austerities, so much tapasya. His life was Hiranyakashipu made his life miserable, but Prahlad Maharaj never allowed his life to become miserable. Yeah. And he's always happy to remember Prahlad Smarane. Prahlad Maharaj by remembering and meditating on his Lord. Understand? So therefore, Brahma's desire and Prahlad Maharaj's austerity and his compassion, Shri Narsingh Bhagwan compassion on Prahlad Maharaj, these two personalities entered in the body of Shri Haridāsa Ṭhākura, who is eternal associate of Mahaprabhu. Gurudev gave this deep point. Understand? That's the glories of Shri Haridāsa Ṭhākura. And Namacharya. Usually the devotees, they go and see Mahaprabhu, right? Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī, Ramanand Rai, and other devotees, they come in. But Mahaprabhu was coming every day to Haridāsa Ṭhākura to extend darshan to him. Haridāsa Ṭhākura was not going anywhere. Mahaprabhu is going to Haridāsa Ṭhākura to give him darshan. And when, after taking bath in the ocean, then Mahaprabhu is coming to see Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Doesn't make any difference. Mahaprabhu could have seen Haridāsa Ṭhākura first and then go to the ocean. The sequence can be either way. But no, Mahaprabhu was very mindful with that. If I go to Haridāsa Ṭhākura first and then take bath in the ocean, people will think that Haridāsa born in a low class family and I want to and I'm going to ocean to get purification. But Mahaprabhu overruled that by first taking bath in the ocean and then coming to Haridāsa Ṭhākura, showing that glories of my devotees. They are more purifying than taking bath in any holy tirthas. And my Guru Maharaj, when he was Jagannath Puri, always he used to say this, always, practically every other day, that this is the same ocean where Mahaprabhu used to take bath. But he never declared this ocean as tirtha. But on this day, on this specific day, 530 or 40 years back, on this day, imagine, we are remembering this day, Memorial Day of Shri Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Mahaprabhu took the transcendental body of Sri Haridāsa Ṭhākura when he left this world. Why he left this world? He already understood Mahaprabhu wants to now disappear from this material world. And I can't bear this separation. I can't tolerate this separation. So he prayed to Mahaprabhu, I want to live before you. Mahaprabhu said, Krishna, fulfill your desire. And next day when Mahaprabhu came, Haridāsa Ṭhākura was so sick. Mahaprabhu took the body of Srila Haridāsa Ṭhākura on his lap. And Haridāsa Ṭhākura, adoring the beauty of Mahaprabhu, beautiful face, chanting Krishna, Krishna, and he left this world. Some devotees start weeping and crying. Mahaprabhu said, no, it's a matter of joy and festival. I want to observe a festival. And he took the transcendental body of Haridāsa Ṭhākura on his lap and started dancing. Dancing. Mridanga, Kartal, all devotees performing Sankirtan. And Mahaprabhu with his own hands, he made what? He dig the ground and put Srila Haridāsa Ṭhākura into Samadhi. And then he went inside Jagannath temple and with his Uttriya, he's begging alms from the shopkeepers there who are selling prasadam. I want to observe a festival, a feast on the demise of aprakat, disappearance of my pure devotee Haridāsa. The shopkeepers felt so embarrassed. They said, no, Mahaprabhu, you go. We are coming with prasadam, a lot of prasadam. And Mahaprabhu is serving with his own hands to all his associates. He celebrated this festival of Sri Haridāsa Ṭhākura. Understand? How glorious is Sri Haridāsa Ṭhākura. There are so many pastimes. Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of the pastimes of Sri Haridāsa Ṭhākura. But I'll just pick the important point of this to honor this tithi. Mahaprabhu announced, anyone who participated in this festival, anyone who saw this festival, anyone who helped digging the ground, the sand, anyone who put sand in that samadhi, anyone who did Sankirtan, and anyone who just even took prasadam, I announce today, they all get Krishna Prem. That's the announcement. It's such a bold announcement. We were not present then. What to do then? Those associates to whom Mahaprabhu announced, you get Krishna Prem, they were already having Krishna Prem. They're already having that. So what is the great announcement is about? It's about us. That it's not only something which happened 500 years back. On this special day, whoever is hearing and speaking and remembering and participating in this feast, in this festival, of hearing this pastime, they will all get Krishna Prem. That's the intent of Mahaprabhu, of announcement. What Krishna Prem the associates will get, they are already full with that. We need that. Understand? That announcement is for us. So we are very fortunate today. In this temple, Shravan Prabhu's temple here, and all of your temple here, it's not their personal temple, it's for the whole community. We are so fortunate we are here and observing this tithi. And remember this announcement by Mahaprabhu, you all will get Krishna Prem if you hear this Disappearance festival of my dear Haridāsa Ṭhākura. He never compromised with chanting Harinam. And there are hundreds of pastimes. Saying so, my Shiksha Guru Dev, my Shiksha Guru Pad Padma, Shri Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Gosvāmī Mahārāja also chose this day to leave this planet. There's so many glories about, as I said, practical implication we learn from those who are to whom we associate, and they are very practical in their nature. Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Gosvāmī Mahārāja ji, so practical. Full of philosophical aspect, Siddhanta. I'm telling this from some days. If we don't hear philosophy, if we don't hear Siddhanta, if we don't read Siddhanta, we cannot become mature in Bhakti. It will be just on a very emotional level. Siddhanta boli chitte na karo alas. Iha jani Krishna lagi sudhid manas. Never we develop any laziness in hearing or reading about Siddhanta. That this is too difficult, can't digest, can't understand, just leave it. And just focus on Krishna's dancing with gopis. But why Krishna's dancing with gopis? No, we should always focus and hear the amorous pastimes. Krishna is making Radharani upset, and then he pacifying Radharani's man. This is easy to understand. Yes, but we don't know the Siddhanta behind that. Just a few days back we observed Radhashtami. I was speaking this point by Rupa Gosvāmī, that why Krishna has to tease Radharani or make her upset or make her in man by going to the Kunja of Chandravali, the counterpart of Radharani. Why? Is out of fun, is out of enjoy. He wants to enjoy. He's enjoyer, no doubt. Bhoktaram, Bhagavad Gita says. But the mood of enjoyment is not there in him. The mood of sacrifice, the mood of love is prominent in Krishna. And when we say mood of love, the love is not about enjoyment. The love is all about serving. The entire, the whole intent of Krishna is only and only to serve Radharani. Intentionally he goes to Chandravali, intentionally to make Radharani more upset. What is that? Is that service? To make Radharani more upset, to make more her sulky? Yes, because then he get more opportunity to serve her. When the man grows to high limit, then Krishna has to do so much more efforts to pacify Radharani. And that's his service towards her. So what he's fond of, serving Radharani, and that's his intent to go to other camps. This is Siddhanta. Understand? So when we hear Siddhanta, when we hear this tattva, this philosophy, it enhances the ideas. Oh really? You never heard this before. Wonderful point. Who's presenting this? Śrīla Gosvāmī. We are not making this, we are not fabricating this. Śrīla Gosvāmī is telling this. So, Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Gosvāmī Mahārāja always and always, every single word, and those who associate with him. How many here ever associate with him? Okay. Every single statement or every single word, Śrīla Maharaj was speaking full of gravity and subtleties of the philosophy. So, what I'm going to say now, please, no one should feel that I'm just showing off myself, but I have no other option. If I have to say something, I have to speak my interactions with him. So it's not about showing off or posing myself, I'm very close to him. It's not true. Even mosquito is close to the body. Shravan Prabhu was saying this. That doesn't mean that mosquito is associating. Association means adoption of the mood. Even hearing Hari Katha is not association. Adoption of the moods while hearing Hari Katha is association. Like Gopa Prabhu is wearing such nice color shirt. I like this color. Because I can relate a little bit.
I plan
You plan that too. So by seeing that, oh, he looks handsome when he wears this, and very effulgent, so then I'm going to search where I'm going to get this color. Where I'm going to get this color. And I get greedy to buy this or get gift from someone the same color shirt. So then I become greedy. This is called adoption. I associate it with him by saying this. It's called adoption. So, as his name, Shri Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Vijñāna means what? Jnanam param goyam me yad vijñāna samanvitam sarasata anganam cha. In Bhagavatam, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is giving not only just jnana, knowledge, but vijñāna, the science of that knowledge to Brahma, which makes Brahma understood the essence of Bhagavatam as Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. Jnanam param guhyame yad vijñāna samanvitam. Acquiring knowledge and then practicing that knowledge to achieve some realizations. That whole course is called Vijñāna, science. When we realize by practicing that knowledge. We heard it is very important to chant 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds every day. And that destroy all our previous sins, all prarabdhas. Not only that, it gives us entrance into that realm of the love of God and many other benefits. So this is, by hearing this, I have acquired that knowledge. And next morning I am starting practicing, chanting seriously, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Shri Haridāsa Ṭhākura, he was chanting 64 rounds loudly to benefit trees, plants, birds, animals. And another set of 64 rounds in his mind, Mansi Seva, by remembering the pastimes of Lord. Another set of 64 rounds, 3 sets of 64 rounds, as Upanshu Jap, like, how to say? Whispering, right. 3 sets of 64 rounds. How many sets we chant? 5, 6, 7, 8, 64? No. You were struggling to chant 60 rounds. Śrīla Haridāsa Ṭhākura was chanting 3 sets of 64 rounds every day. Achar and Prachar. Achar means remembering the pastimes of the Lord, and Prachar means by loudly chanting, benefiting everyone else. All other subtle beings around, all other trees, plants, birds who can't cultivate Krishna consciousness or can develop some Sukritis, to benefit them. Isn't it the compassion? This is called Prachar. And that's why Mahaprabhu sent Shri Nityam Prabhu and Haridāsa Ṭhākura for Prachar. This Prachar movement. Suno suno Nityanand, suno Haridāsa, Amar Agya Sarvatra Karo Prachar, Prati Griye Griye Karo I Bhikha, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. O Nityanand, O Haridāsa, go and beg alms from door to door. What alms? Beg what? Ask them to chant Krishna Naam. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. The point is, why Nityam Prabhu and Haridāsa Ṭhākura? I said this in my last visit also. Because Mahaprabhu is pointing out to Nityam Prabhu and Haridāsa Ṭhākura, you both are the cause of this creation, and that's why you both should maintain this creation. The cause of creation is Nityam Prabhu. From Balaram, the 3 Vishnus manifest from Balaram. Vishnu tu trini rupani prushakhya motha vidhum. Karandakshay Vishnu, Garbdakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu. Why these three manifestations of Vishnu happened or took place? Because Baldev Prabhu fulfilling the desire of Krishna of creation. Understand? So who created ultimately? Is Nityam Prabhu. So you creating house, you make house. Who is responsible to maintain house? You have to maintain house. You build temple, you are responsible to maintain the temple. So Nityanand, you do the creation, now it's your duty to maintain the creation. And Brahma, you as a creator, means Haridāsa Ṭhākura, you're the creator, it's also your responsibility to maintain the universe. But maintenance, not in the form of heating or supplying oxygen and water, but maintaining with Krishna Prem. Mahaprabhu is exhibiting his glories of his features of his name as Vishambhar. Vishambharaya Dhimahi. Vishambhar means one who is maintaining everyone with the love of Krishna. So this is Vijñāna, science. Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī. What is Bhāratī means? Bha means Tej. Tej means effulgence. The Sanskrit word. Bhar. And Rati means Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Gutama Gati. Rati means attachment. Bha means effulgence. And Rati means attachment to that effulgence. What is that effulgence? Devi Krishnamai Prokta Radhika Para Devata Sarv Lakshmimai Sarv Kanti Samhoni Paraha. Kanti means splendor. Splendor means Tej, effulgence. But Shri Kaviraj Gosvāmī giving more detailed explanation of the word Kanti. Kanti means splendor, right? Effulgence. Kanti Shabde Krishna Sakal Vancha Rahe, Krishna Sakal Vancha Radhika Rahe. Radhika Kare Krishna Sakal Vancha Puran. The word Kanti in general sense means splendor, which is effulgence. But another meaning of Kanti means all desires of Krishna. Kanti Shabde Krishna Sakal Vancha Rahe. And who is fulfilling all the desires of Krishna? Only Radharani. Radhika Kare Krishna Sakal Vancha Puran. This is the effulgence. And one who is attached in that effulgence, means in that mood of Radharani to always serve Krishna, is the meaning of the word Bhāratī. So Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Gosvāmī Mahārāja, not just his name Bhāratī, but those who know him, Diksha or Shiksha disciples, and those who associate with him, they know very well he has no other topic to speak. Only Krishna. Only Krishna. And his speech and his conduct and his moods, unparalleled, is so difficult to digest sometimes. He was very expert in comparative studies. That was the mood of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Comparative studies. Not to minimize someone, but to highlight. This is the meaning of comparison. Not to minimize. I was hearing one pastime this morning. Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Gosvāmī Mahārāja, because he was serving his Guru Maharaj in so many ways, but most prominent, he was a civil engineer. Therefore, his Guru Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Madhav Goswami Maharaj, he built almost 45 centers in the entire country, India. And Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Goswami Maharaj was the one who did all building. Architect and building. And very sharp in telling, this is right, this is wrong, this is right. And even big builders, they get confused. How Maharaj knows so many details. So many details. But once upon a time, he was carrying a sack of sand on his back while building this Jagannath Puri temple, which is the birthplace of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He was not dependent on the employees. But with this mood, this is the birthplace of my Prabhupada, he was carrying those sacks of sand to serve his Guru Maharaj, to serve Prabhupada. And then he slipped, he fell and he got fractured. After that, it was difficult for him to walk much and to sit. So always he used to sit his legs extended like this. Once upon a time, he was sitting in front of the altar, speaking Harikatha, waiting for devotees, speaking Harikatha, and his feet extended like this. So some devotees objected on this, not directly on his face, but to his servant, that please tell Maharaj this is not proper etiquette. He's sitting like this. So the sevak came to Maharaj and told in his ears, Maharaj, this is what Brahmachari is speaking. He said, let them speak. Let them speak. And the sevak got confused. How Maharaj can say this? He said, I know this is offensive. Don't think I don't know this. I'm familiar. But what is more superior? Having darshan of Krishna or the offenses? The darshan which I'm having of Krishna here, sitting in front of the deities and speaking Harikatha to please them, that's more important than my offenses towards him. And why he took this? Remembering the pastime of Shri Radharani giving her foot dust on the head of Krishna. When an aerial voice saying that, what you doing, O gopis? You're going to go hell for this. And the gopi said, we don't mind. But our intent is to serve Krishna. We don't mind going to hell for this. Srila Maharaj, his every activity was backed by a philosophical point. Every activity. I'm not just saying in a very simple way. Those who associate with him, he knows that. His actions, his conduct, everything. And he used to say to everyone, I never learned anything in my life. I never learned to speak anything light in my life. Light means on a gross level. I always learned from my authorities. I always associate with them. And they always speak very subtle points and very heavy points. Because I associate with gurus, they are heavy. I never associate anyone who is light. Therefore, every word, every statement, whatever Srila Maharaj was speaking, was full of gravity. Once upon a time, why I asked Lalita Didi today to chant, to sing this Shirupa Manjari Pada, I was remembering Maharaj. Not that because, which is the fact, that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada was fond of hearing this. And Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Maharaj, he spoke, he sang this bhajan for pleasure of Prabhupada and all our acharyas. Not that, but once upon a time, in my center, one brahmachari was singing this and Maharaj was inside his room. He came out and he was in a very grave mood. And he said, do you understand the meaning of this bhajan? Don't give focus too much in the melody. Give focus on the meaning of the song. No matter if you are able to sing this properly or out of melody. But if you sing it with understanding the mood, certainly it's going to give impression to your heart and those who are listening to you. So can you describe? He said, no Maharaj, I don't know. Srila Maharaj said, this is heartfelt, heart desire, the prayers of Narottam Ṭhākura at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa Manjari. And what he did in this song, he established the Rupa Nuga line. The ideal, the aim and object of all Gaudiya Vaishnava is to attain Shirupa Manjari Pada, the service and the guidance of, or the service of Shirupa Manjari. All Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Nothing is beyond this. This is ultimate. And Śrīla Ṭhākura is proving this or stamping on this. And what he's saying in this song, the prominence of Asya Vigraha over Visha Vigraha. Understand? You getting my point? It's difficult, huh? Philosophy. But don't worry. Keep on hearing this. I'm sure. Even if you're not understanding, but if we keep on hearing, it gives deep impression in the heart. When I came personally to Srila Gurudev was always speaking this high philosophies, and I was just looking at his face, what he's saying. What words? What is this? What is this? I never heard this before. It's just going out of my head. Not understanding. But again, hearing from him, and then a little bit reading. Then what happened? Miracles. We understand exactly what language he was using, what he was saying and was delivering in his lectures. So don't feel that we are not understanding, so what is the point of coming to lectures? Or we should request, please give some low pressure, not high pressure. Don't worry, more high pressure you get, more you feel relieved. It's painful, those therapists, they give high pressure and it gets painful for 2 days, but after that, everything just opened up. So always go for high pressure. I'm not speaking about massage, but hearing philosophy. Keep on hearing this. It's going to give you impression. Even for a child, first in the school, A for apple is so difficult. A, D, C, L, A, B, G, H, A, B, C, D. So difficult to learn A, B, C, D. Right? But after going through a certain stage, what is A, B, C, D? It's nothing. You can speak in one breath, A, B, C, D, F, G, then word formation, then sentence, then paragraph, then entire PhD on apple. Understand? So, nothing to worry about. Just keep on hearing this. This is vichar. This is our treasure. We devotees, we followers of Mahaprabhu, trying to follow Mahaprabhu or our acharyas, must hear this high philosophy. Must hear. Even if you're understanding or not. I'm sure if you hear this 3 or 4 times, then you get to know, oh yes, I heard this before. This is nothing new for me. So the prominence of Asya Vigraha over Visha Vigraha, that's the whole song Shirupa Manjari Pada is about. Asya Vigraha means the subject of worship. Visha Vigraha means the object of worship. Krishna is object of worship. Radharani is Asya Vigraha. She is serving Krishna. Who's more prominent? Not the Lord. He is not prominent. His devotees are more prominent. Those who love him, those who serve him. So Radharani, in this song Shirupa Manjari Pada, Śrīla Ṭhākura is saying, Sei vrata, sei tapa, sei mora mantra japa. But the result of all austerities But result of all chanting mantras, everything is Shri Rupa Manjari. Why not Krishna? We perform austerities for Krishna. We chant mantra for Krishna. We do services for Krishna. Manottam Ṭhākura saying, no, not for Krishna, for Rupa Manjari. Srila Mahārāja said, this is the beauty of our Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The prominence of Vishhasya Vigraha, Shri Radharani, Shri Rupa Manjari over Krishna. And therefore yesterday we observed Srila Bhakti Ṭhākura. I was saying this. Krishna Virahe Radhika Dasha Amito Sahite Nari. Srila Bhakti Ṭhākura is saying, I can't bear this, I can't tolerate this. My Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna. I can't tolerate this. So what do you like to hear, O Srila Bhakti Ṭhākura? I like to hear that Krishna is weeping and crying in separation from my Radharani. I want him to cry, not she to cry. All the ladies are happy, huh? Okay? And this is backed with philosophy. Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukdev Gosvāmī uttered this. Sacha mene tanarpanam varishtam sarvyoshitam hit gopi kaman aso bhajate priya tattva gapta vanav desham dirtam kesham abravit na pariham chalitum naimam yatrate priya evam uktam priyam ahaskan uraiteti tatashantarde Krishna savadu anvatapte. Krishna disappeared from Raslila. The gopis started weeping and crying, and Radharani savadu anvatapte. That vadu means that gopi feeling pangs of separation, and she started crying a lot. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada immediately stopped that person. Stop! I don't want to hear this. But this is Bhagavatam, right? Yes. Even then I don't want to hear this. A special mood. Speak Geet Govinda. Tatanta Kunda Vishada Madhava. Itas Tatan Anusmritya Anangaman Kirmanasa. Kritanutapi Sakalam Dinandini Tatanta Kunda Vishada Madhava. That when Radharani disappeared from Raslila, Madhav means Krishna is weeping in separation from Radharani. The prominence of Ashya Vigraha over Vishya Vigraha. That's the point Srila Mahārāja made by hearing this song, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. A very deep thinker. So, can imagine, just like many of you are familiar with person or books of Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. It's my opinion, I may be wrong, but when I see Srila Mahārāja's personality and his talks, it reminds me of Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. So now you can understand what kind of personality is Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bharati Goswami Maharaj. Same, deep thinker. And extracting jewels from the shlokas, from the verses, from the scriptures, which is unparalleled. Anya Vilashita, I'm not going to his life story. I'm just highlighting the important points from the philosophical point of view. Otherwise, his life story and many interactions with his devotee is like so detailed. It's going to take 7 days. But in this short frame of time, just important philosophical points. What is Uttama Bhakti? Shri Rupa Goswami Pad described. Anya Vilashita, we all know this, right? Many of us we know this. Chant with me together. Anya Vilashita Shunyam Gyan Karmadya Namritam Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam Bhaktir Uttama. Is the meaning right?
I get outline of the verses. I forget which meaning goes to which sometimes.
You're learning the new one and forgetting the old ones. That's not good. Anyway, but everyone knows the meaning. The important point is Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam Bhakti Uttama. Secondary and primary, right? The first two lines are secondary. Anya Vilashita Shunyam. Bhakti devoid of all desires. Gyan Karmadi Navritam should not be covered with Gyan or Karma. This is secondary, but primary is Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam Bhakti Uttama. Uttama Bhakti. The top post, the pure Bhakti is what? Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam. Serving Krishna in a favorable mood. We learned this from Srila Gurudev. Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Gosvāmī Mahārāja, while describing the details of this verse, he said, you know the meaning of Anukulena here? There's another name of Radharani is Anukulena Shakti. Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam means following the footsteps of the Braj Gopis, following the footsteps of Radharani to serve Krishna is Uttama Bhakti. Understand? Following the footsteps of Radharani. And those who are not following the footsteps of Radharani cannot be Uttama Bhakti, even if they are associates of the Lord. For example, Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi is the consort of Lord. But she don't want to follow Anugatte. She don't want to follow the footsteps of Radharani. Vihai Kamena Sucharena Dhritāvrata. She didn't got Krishna. Why? Because Anukulena Krishna Shilanam is not there. Following the footsteps of Radharani is not present there. In Lakshmi, who is dear consort of the Lord, she is bereft of this service of Krishna. It's not Uttama Bhakti. But even Shrutis, the Vedas, in 10th canto, they prayed for desiring the service of Krishna, but how? Not following the footsteps of any XYZ. Aham apite hanta preksha lubdachit. No. I'm forgetting this. The Shrutis are saying, Vayam apite samas hridrish angri saroja sudaya. We Shrutis, we also want to serve under the guidance of Braj Gopis, how they serve Krishna. We want to serve like them. This is called Anugatte. So that's why the Shrutis got entrance into Ras Leela. Lakshmi didn't got entrance. This is called Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam. Those who accept the guidance and the shelter of Radharani, only they can get entrance into the service of Radha Madhav. Otherwise not possible. How many have been Govardhan Parikrama in Braj Mandal? Especially this place called Patagram? Not many of you, some of you, yes. What you saw there, Nadia? In Patagram? Come on, don't be shy. We see Krishna standing there, forearm form, Narayan. When Krishna disappeared from Ras Leela, all the gopis are in search for Krishna. Krishna is very playful with them, and he exhibited his Narayan form, four-hand form, sitting there. The gopis came and they said, oh, he's Narayan, he's not our Krishna. They left him. They paid obeisances to him, oh Lord Narayan, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. And they left him. One bunch of the gopis, one group of the gopis. Then came Shri Radharani and those who are following Radharani. This is Srila Bhārati Mahārāja statement. Then comes Shri Radharani and her followers, Lalita Vishakha. And when she came in front of Narayan, that Krishna who is posing as Narayan, Krishna cannot play with Radharani and his four hands went in, two arms with flute in his hand, playing flute. Yeah? And who, Srila Maharaj gave this, who were able to see the two-armed original Krishna form, those who were following Radharani. But those gopis who were not following Radharani, they went ahead of Radharani. They don't want to accept the guidance or the submission of Radharani. They were not able to see Krishna. Such important point. Such an important point. This is called Radharani's Anugatte. This is called Anukulena Krishna Nushilanam. That Anukul Shakti is Radharani. Another name of Radharani is Anukula Shakti. This is how Mahārāja used to bring the points. Shankar is late. We are 7:30 now. But can I have 5 more minutes? Just 5 more minutes. And tomorrow is Sunday anyway. I wanted to say many more points. Maybe I'll continue tomorrow also. But specifically what happened on this day. As I said, what happened with Srila Haridāsa Ṭhākura on this day. Let us hear what happened on this day. Srila Mahārāja was time to time, he exhibited some sickness past time. We used to take him to hospitals. But this time, after Radhashtami, he started manifesting some intense sickness. So we took him to hospital, and just say 2 days prior to this day, when we were observing this Srila Bhakti Ṭhākura's appearance and Jiva Gosvāmī appearance, Srila Mahārāja was in hospital. Madhapriya Prabhu, my godbrother, we were all were there with Srila Mahārāja. The doctor said something very intense. It's not ordinary sickness. We have to put him on ventilator. So what? We asked Mahārāja, and he said no way. And it's my humble request. Srila Mahārāja said it's my humble request because I cannot do anything independently. I'm at this stage when I'm old and sick. I cannot take any independent decision. I'm reliant and dependent on you guys. So, but my humble request is, please take me to the mutt, to the center. That's in Faridabad, Radha Madhav Gaudiya Mutt. I'm seeing Yamdutas here. Srila Mahārāja said, messengers of death, Yamdutas. We're seeing those ward boys and doctors and all that. I don't want to die in the middle of Yamdutas. I know my time has come. I have to leave now. I want to die amongst Vishnu Dutas. Vishnu Duta means the devotees in the temple. Because I have to go. So why not amongst the Vishnu Dutas? But how we can take this decision? Doctor saying no, we are treating him and give us some space. But Mahārāja desire was this, so we expressed Mahārāja, doctors are saying no. Then Mahārāja, very politely said, you want to keep me here. You want to keep me here. This is your desire. I want to go to the mutt. This is my desire. Now I'm not going to say anything more. You decide. You want to see my pleasure or you want to see your pleasure? There's nothing else to think afterwards, after hearing this. But then the Sevak asked Mahārāja, Madhapriya asked Mahārāja, but doctor will not allow us to go like this because it's a very severe situation. Srila Mahārāja said, tell doctor, we are short of money, we don't have money. Then he will not keep us. Then doctor will say, just get out. We have no money to pay bills. Then who's going to keep us? They are not favoring anyone. And secondly, even if you object on this, just tell him, we got another big hospital than this. This hospital is too small. Not good facilities here. And we were just looking at his face. What is he saying? He looked around and he said, "You understand what I'm saying?" And we were a little confused. Because I said, his words never was ordinary words. It was something very deep. He said, "Listen what I want you to say now." He said, "Tell doctor, we found a big hospital than this. This is useless, no facility here. And you know what is that big hospital?" He said, "My Param Gurudev," means Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, he said, "Gaudiya Math is a hospital where we have all facilities for every kind of treatment. Especially a person when he's leaving his body is the best hospital. To live in the middle of Kirtan amongst the devotees and seeing the Lord. What can be more glorious than this? And why to die in the hospital with so many pipes here and there? And seeing this, Yamdutas all around." So we found a big hospital. Gaudiya Math is hospital. And then we have no money. We're short of money. He described with his own words what he meant by saying so. He said, "Prem dhan vina vyarth daridra jivan, das kori vetan vor deha prema dhan." What is the meaning? He uttered this verse. Without attaining the wealth of prema, the life is poverty-stricken. The life has no meaning without prema, means the love of God. And the love of God is the greatest wealth. So we are poor people. We have no wealth. We have no money. Please send us away. So Maharaj was referring to that wealth, to that money, the wealth of prema. So when we spoke to doctor, he understood. He was a nice person. He said, "Yes, I think he's right. We will create a private ventilator or a private ICU in your mutt. If he wants to go, let him go. I don't want to stop him. He's a holy person. He's a sadhu. I don't want to offend him." He was generous. So we created a mini ICU in the mutt, in his room, with all the machines and everything, because treatment has to go. Oxygen and other things. And on this day, Srila Maharaj chose this day. His appearance is an appearance of Shen Ekadashi, the first day of Chaturmasya. Appearance. And he's leaving this world as on this day. He chose this particular day, the leaving of Sri Haridāsa Ṭhākura. And in the middle of Kirtan, when we were all singing, we were all around him, was holding his hands, touching his chest. All devotees, there were not just me, there were others also. In the middle of Kirtan, we only saw his throat was going up a little bit, moving. But he was not in a conscious state from material vision, but he was fully aware. In the middle of Kirtan on this day, he left this world to have association of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj, who is with his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura Prabhupada, who was with his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Ṭhākura, serving Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, the lotus feet of Shri Rupa Manjari, and entered into the divine pastime of Shri Radha Madhav. In short, the living, disappearing pastime of Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. When there are many senior disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada here, you all know what happened when your Guru Maharaj left this world. There was a little turbulence, not little, a big turbulence. But then a Masiha, as Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj used this word Masiha for Mahaprabhu. Then Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj introduced as a Masiha, the savior of the mission, and the bosom friend of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He saved the mission, he saved the institution, and he saved the devotees of Srila Prabhupada. Not only he saved the mission, how he saved the mission? He saved the mission by giving the philosophical aspect of the 6 Goswamis. That's a great contribution. Great contribution. This is called saving the mission or enhancing the mood of the mission. And then saving the institution, because ISKCON would have been taken away. There was a court case by the descendants of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Court case. Srila Gurudev every week on boarding on train going to Mumbai to solve and resolve this case, and gave evidences from the scriptures to prove when a person becomes sannyasi, his legacy, his accounts and his building doesn't belong to his family members. Srila Gurudev proved with philosophical points, and ISKCON won the case. And that's why on that behalf, I'm saying this, Srila Gurudev saved the mission, saved the institution, and saved the devotees of not only the disciples of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, but disciples of all other acharyas. Understand? But in 2010, again a sad news, Srila Gurudev also left this world. And even though Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Goswami Maharaj was very prominent, many disciples of other acharyas were coming for consultation of different siddhantic philosophical points from him, and he was very sharp. But he got more highlighted when there was a need of an hour, when Srila Gurudev also left this world in 2010. Devotees came to know about him. Shyamrani Didi, all senior devotees, all sannyasis, they never ever heard about him before. Many of them never saw him before, but when they heard him, the beautiful explanations of the Shastras, amazed. And they all surrendered to him, thinking that even his appearance looks like a little different from Gurudev, but his speech, his thoughts and his words, his intent is same as Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. So everyone was starting seeing Srila Gurudev's appearance in him, and he became the Shiksha Guru of the entire world. And in a very later stage, when he got too much pressure, he started accepting disciples. Whereas he said, I'm very happy nourishing their bhakti. Srila Gurudev also said this when he came to Western world. I'm not here to collect disciples. I'm here to nourish your bhakti. The true intent, that was Srila Gurudev. And similarly, Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhārati Goswami Maharaj, nourishing bhakti of all devotees. This was his intent. So, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru of entire world. Today is Disappearance Day and Disappearance of Srila Haridāsa Ṭhākura. We all pray for both these acharyas. In any lifetime, if you are able to follow your standards to attain the loving service under your guidance of our Guru Pad Padma, and to Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Mahaprabhu and Shri Radha Madhav, will be very blessed. So Mahaprabhu, you announced today That was the announcement on this day. Anyone who hears about the disappearing of my pure devotee Haridāsa will attain Krishna Prem, even if they have honored Prasadam. Yeah? So I think we are expecting from Mahaprabhu, we deserve a little bit of this of this announcement, of this great blessing by him. So Mahaprabhu, you are Mahavadanyai. Please ignore our disqualifications and accept our little menial services and give us Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Time for Arati. After Arati, there is going to be big feast. Hare Krishna.